here with junior Lindsey Carley to preview the 2019 Concordia women's soccer season. I think we could just start right away with, there was some surprising news that came out a few weeks ago as we record this, with obviously Coach Henson taking a new opportunity, and you're one of the veteran players now on this team. So is it fair maybe to say there's a little added feeling of added responsibility now going into this season?
Yeah, I think we were definitely all disappointed when we found out that we wouldn't have Coach Henson with us this fall, but I think we built a really solid foundation in the spring, and we have a lot to build off going into this fall. And obviously we'll miss having Coach here, but I'm confident that Coach Luther will do a good job, and I think our team's really come together. So I think we're still we have a lot of high standards for ourselves this fall still. So.
How do you go about making sure that Coach Luther and the staff know that you have their back and you're moving on and looking forward to this season?
Yeah, I think you just I'm going to go and talk to Luther after this actually, but just going and communicating, and we kind of have our leadership council that connects all the players, so they all get their voice in, and we can kind of relay all that back to the coaches and make that connection that way. I think we have the bigger responsibility as senior class too to just show that we have Luther's back. We believe in him, we believe in ourselves still, and I think that's really important.
Now, you're from Urbandale, Iowa, as we were talking about. What convinced you that Concordia was going to be the right place for you?
Yeah, I'd say once I got on campus, I just knew that it was where I wanted to be. The facilities are amazing. I really liked the coach, really liked the team. I just felt at home here, so I was like, it was an easy decision once I got here.
Now, as a keeper, you're a lot of times off working with a specialized coach now, as we've had a couple GAs that are goalkeeper coaches. How have they maybe impacted your development the last few years?
Yeah, so I got to work with Dan. I was hurt my freshman year for about half the season, so I got about a year and a half my freshman season with Dan, and then another year after that. And he definitely he was my first legitimate college goalkeeper coach, and so he definitely impacted my development here a lot, and improved my confidence. And then Adam came in after and has done a really good job too, just kind of maintaining a lot of what I've learned and continuing to develop my skills and communication on the field. So they've both been really impactful. And
your first year as a starter, you were the GPAC Defensive Player of the Year and won a regular season conference championship. How do you describe what that was like to have that kind of success really right away, young in your career?
Yeah, it was honestly kind of surreal. I didn't really realize that we had been doing that good. It was just kind of one game at a time, and then I look back on the season after the championship game, and I was like, I can't believe how much we've accomplished and how successful we were as a team. And I truly believe that the Defensive Player of the Year is like a team award. If I didn't have my back four and the other 7 people on the field, I don't think I would have gotten that. And it's definitely great to be recognized, but I think they deserve the recognition too.
Now, in terms of the school's AllTime List, you're kind of chasing Chrissy Lynn, who I think you overlapped with maybe for a year.
Yeah.
How does that motivate you, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the back of your mind, but that's not really, I'm not out here to break records. I'm just out here to have fun, enjoy the game, and get to be out here with my teammates. The record breaking is just kind of something that happens on the side. It's not a huge thing for me, but like I said, it's nice to get the recognition, but a lot of those stats and stuff can't be done with the rest of the people on the team. So,
well, obviously coaches always want to say that no one game is more important than any other, but we've seen some really good battles with teams like Hastings and Midland within this conference. How is the feeling maybe a little bit different when you play those type of teams?
I'd say definitely with Hastings especially, and Midland's that was always more for Coach. He was always didn't like them as much as Hastings. But for us, I think it's Hastings just because, we had always see them in the championship match, it seems like, and the game's just always more intense, and it feels like there's more on the table, and like the passion and heart, like in the players especially, like you can just feel it. And I guess maybe that's bad to say that one game is more, like you're more motivated for it than others, but I guess that's just what we have now with our history with them. So.
Well, the last 2 years have been really successful. The last several years have been successful, but the last two have kind of ended in heartbreaking fashion. How does that motivate you when you look ahead to this season?
Yeah, I think the past 2 seasons, I mean, getting to the championship, and I mean, we got to our goal, but we didn't get the end result that we wanted. So definitely coming into this season, like, you just have to keep pushing to finally get that championship title in the tournament. So that's definitely a big motivator to finally be able to say you finished the job.
And finally, I know we kind of covered the unusual circumstances this off season, but what do you sense is kind of the attitude of this team right now? And I know you're kind of been away from each other a little bit this summer, but I'm sure you still stayed in touch a little bit. But what do you sense that attitude is right now?
I'd say everybody's really excited to get back and get working. Everybody's really motivated to do well this season. Like I said, the standards just keep getting higher that we set for ourselves. So just continuing to, I think, work hard, and I think we'll be very successful again. And everybody's really excited to get back and get working towards our goals.
And we'll go into some really quick questions.
Okay.
Coach Luther did have one. I don't know if he was serious or not, but he wanted to know if you had improved your vertical this summer.
Oh gosh, that's an ongoing joke with Greg, and he always gave me crap about that for every year I've been here. But yeah, we can just ignore that question.
Well, how about this? You had the most fun doing what this summer?
Well, I really worked the whole summer, but I got to go to a trip to Chicago, so that was nice. I enjoyed that. And I came back to Seward for the 4th of July, so that was fun too. Getting to see teammates that came back also. So.
What's the first thing that you tell people when they ask about your hometown?
Des Moines is awesome. I love Des Moines. Urbandale's right outside of Des Moines, so you kind of get the suburb life, best of both worlds, country living and urban, so.
What's been your favorite moment so far from a soccer perspective at Concordia?
I'd say my favorite moment would have been my sophomore year when we won the regular season, because like our last game was essentially a championship game with Hastings for the regular title, and we came out with a win on that one, so that was really exciting.
I know Coach Henson would call you Carl. Does anyone actually call you that?
It depends who you ask. My closer friends don't, but some of the other, like a lot of the other players on the team actually do, but a lot of my close-knit friends don't.
Well, if you actually have free time outside of class and your athletic commitments, what kind of things are you usually doing?
Watch a lot of Netflix. That's the big thing at our house. Me and my roommate Ned's, we get on like 5 different shows in the fall, and that's what we're doing in any of our free time.
Now, you're still an accounting and business major, right?
Yep.
So along those lines, what is your dream job?
Well, dream job, but no, reality is that I'm going to get my CPA, so probably go into public accounting.
You're about to meet some new teammates, as you do every year at this time. What advice do you give to people who are incoming freshman athletes right now?
I'd say just don't get caught up in a lot of the drama that usually feuds within the freshman class through their first year as they kind of figure out their friend groups. Just like sit back and try to, you don't have to be friends with everybody, but you at least have like a, I don't know, positive relationship with them at least. And I'd say also don't let anything off the field come on the field.